for real.
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
Oh god, I'm tired.
Okay, now we're live and we're doing it. And Ash is tired and Ash is saying, and I quote,
Let's fucking go!
there we go. That's only been said 13 times so far.
8,
welcome
thank
to the
you.
show. Yes, this is the show called Which One Do I Roll? This is a show where we check out different RPGs, we learn how to play them, we get better at them, we figure out what we like and what we don't like, and we see what matters in them, and what the systems care about, and how we care about caring about those things. Right now, we're playing a game called Quest. For those of you that don't know Quest, why?
It's fucking dope.
You should learn about Quest. You should learn about all games, but it's a game that exists, and you can check it out. Quest RPG, you can find it at adventure.game. And you can find out more about it there. And we've got some awesome people. I love gaming with these people because they are such wonderful people, such wonderful human beings, and I'm going to ask them to answer some questions for me. I want to know who they are, I want to know who their character is, and I want to know what their character can do now that they could not do before. Because they gained an ability. Because one of the things in Quest is that you gain an ability every session, which is kind of nice. You just get like more and more diversely powerful as you go. And we're going to start with Mia.
Oh, who, me?
Whoa, you.
My internet is unstable. I am a person whose internet is unstable.
Well, that is a sad.
I'm just a person who's unstable.
And that. Oh, okay, it's okay now. Cool. I'm just floating on through life. And, yep. I am playing V, aka Bianca. She is a very interesting person, shock of pink, lavender hair, pretty short, sharp teeth, stylish looks. She's a doctor. New ability, I got Feign Death.
And what does Feign Death do?
You place nearby creatures in suspended animation for up to an hour.
I can come up with some uses for that. I wonder... Okay, question. I have a friend. And I love this friend. They're a very good person. And occasionally, we have slept in the same room. Though not since COVID. My friend snores. If I used Feign Death on them, would they not snore? For an hour.
I would say they wouldn't snore because, as far as I know, when you die, you don't snore.
Perfect.
And since you were feigning death,
I like it. I'm totally okay with this spell. I would like this ability to exist in the world. And give me access to it, please. Ash!
Hello!
Who are you?
Why are you asking me such an existential question at this time?
Because I'm in an existential mood. Couldn't you tell by the everything about me?
Oh no, I didn't have time for this. Oh no. Hi, I'm Ash. I'm fucking tired. I'm a goblin. Let's just fucking go.
You are not a goblin. What are you?
I am a goblin, just not in game.
Oh,
in
you
game,
are a goblin. Got it. That's fair.
Yes, I in real life am Goblo. In game though, I am Humo, named Cam, who is a big chubby boy who's kind of happy, but savagely and ruthlessly murderous. Like, oh dear God, I let out a side of me I haven't seen in a minute, and I made him even worse because now he has poison. That's gonna be fun.
So his new ability is the ability to kill people with poison?
Fuck yeah. And he's going to be fulfilling a support role today.
I was playing a game the other day where one of the characters was like the bartender class. And the bartender class gets the ability to poison people because you're a bartender and why would you not have the ability to poison people? But if they screw up their role, the game says they poison someone unintentionally. And so a random person gets poisoned. Which I kind of love. Anyway, that's good stuff. Marcus, who are you?
Yeah, I am Marcus. I'm Spicy Curry Bread around the internet. Don't follow me anywhere, it sucks. But today I'm playing Pete, a large...
Keep going.
Okay, a large satyr gentleman who is Reserved and taciturn. I've just learned today. I learned what that means, or not today, but this week. Um, what else? New ability. Oh yes, I chose Presence.
Hmm.
The text of Presence is: you sharpen your senses and can feel a subtle signal when danger is near. Thought that would be handy.
That does sound handy. I will have to make danger nearby, but not always constant. That is a new skill for me, since I have danger almost always be constant. Also, I would like to deny that following spicy curry bread is a bad thing to do, because it is a great thing to do, and often leads to much
Many
This
chuckles.
is the right word.
It depends.
Many
If-
chuckles.
It's good if you're also doom pilled and like horrible.
Ooh,
Yeah.
to lead to a chuckle.
I mean, spicy
A
curry
great big chuckle.
aka Marcus, is a lovely human being who is very aware of how awful everything is.
To some level, I guess so. Yeah.
Faye, you are muted. Cool. Glad
I
you
am.
know.
I just realized.
And I haven't asked you about any questions yet, Faye, so you're up.
Ba-da-boom.
Who are you, Faye?
Hey, I'm Faye. I was muted. But other than that, I am playing Ronan, who is a ranger and the assistant to the real hero, who is Tip the Mouse.
Woo!
We stand.
And yeah, and his new thing is track, which he can pick up on tracks left nearby and identify the type of creature that left them, which I figure is probably good if we're searching for people or things.
You know, that seems like I might be wrong, but it seems to me like searching for people and or things is something that sometimes comes up in games.
Maybe. I
And
had this suspicion.
if those people and or things in any way, shape, or form have tracks or leave signs of their passing, then you might know where these people and or things are.
The best ones don't.
If they
Because they
if
leave
they are your
bodies.
character, yes.
No, that's not true. Dragons are the best. And they leave
no.
quite a trail.
Cam explicitly goes out of his way to leave a trail just to the wrong people.
Poor Cam.
Beautiful.
Not poor Cam. Poor whoever the fuck Cam's fucking over.
Okay. Can I also get? Does everyone know how many AP adventure and or action points they have?
I feel like I didn't add mine because I only have 5.
You spent 6 at the end of last session. It says to
There
craft
we go.
persona.
Correct.
How many do we gain each? Is it half each
Bye.
session that we gain?
+5. You gain +5. There's no
Okay.
half because there's no max. There's no min.
Oh,
Damn
there's
it,
no
I can't
max.
kill anyone a week later. That's unfortunate.
If you do nothing for 7 weeks, then you would gain 35 hit points. 35 action and or adventure.
Clap, clap,
On
clap.
the other hand, you would have done nothing for 7 weeks.
Does that happen at the top or the bottom at the end of a session?
Officially at the end. There's a reward
Okay.
system.
Okay. 'Cause I have
Also,
10.
I can hand them out as I see fit over the course of the game.
Much like candy.
I don't really have much desire to hand out candy.
Howard.
Coward?
Just get a t-shirt cannon. Boom. Across the street.
You know, handing out candy.
It's not
As
handing
one-
out.
as
It's,
one
it's what's the word? Explosive
Weaponized.
decomposition of sugar
Explosive
molecules
distribution.
in the
Yeah.
direction. Yeah, explosive distribution in the direction of children.
Sugar shrapnel.
Just make sure you yell, "Watch the fuck out!"
That seems
And
like
we're
a good
good.
thing to tell children. Moving forward. So what happened last time and what are we doing this time?
Ball.
Fuck every ball.
We
We're
ball it.
raising 20,000 gold, aren't we? Isn't that what we have to do?
Yeah.
20,000
and we-
money. We don't have a coin
20
system.
20,000
20,000
money.
money. Yeah.
20,000 currency.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot, though.
We had a lead with a noble. Lord
Yeah.
Fauntleroy made another appearance,
I got
Right.
notes? Question mark.
and he's like sick or something.
Mm. Yes, I think that's where we ended last session. Is you checked in with the rebellion, figured out what they wanted, and they're like, "Well, we need to get this star because we're worried about what it can do." They have some doomsday weapon predictions about it because doomsday weapon predictions are a thing.
Woo.
And yeah, so Kitiara the Brave wants you to find a way to procure this thing. A couple different ways to do so. You could steal it. You could let someone buy it and then steal it from them. You could buy it yourselves with money raised, possibly by curing someone who is sick, who is wealthy, or any other number of options that you could possibly come up with. There's really no limit to the options that you have. So, I'm just going to leave you there. What do you want to do? How do you want to solve this problem? Do you want to rescue Lord Fauntleroy? Do you want to deal with the star? Do you want the star to fall into the Imperial hands and then have them use a doomsday device across everyone that they don't really want to see alive, which would include multiples of you, in fact, probably all 4 of you?
Cam's got plans somewhere. I don't know. I'll find out when he does.
I would also like to point out to you that the way the doomsday device is worded, some of you would not have been included as a target of this doomsday device, but several weeks ago, before you joined the rebellion. Is anyone resentful about this?
About not being selected for summary
I'm
execution?
not getting killed. Oh man, I'm not gonna die.
Oh, I'm
No,
not
you are
gonna-
Well, if we weren't part of the rebellion,
Yeah.
then we wouldn't be killed.
Exactly. And
Oh, I see.
only one of you has been part of the rebellion longer than that, I believe.
Cam, right?
Damn, yeah. The rest of you are,
You all been roped in.
you've been roped in. And now,
Rope-a-dope.
Pete, Ronan, and Bianca, your lives are now on the line. When they weren't a couple weeks ago. How do you feel about that? Bianca, how do you feel about that?
Man. I was just in this for the money, but now
Hey, if it makes you
have to
feel better,
carry-
Cam can kill you literally instantly. If you'd
that,
like.
why would that make me feel better in any way, shape, or form?
Because for all we know, the Doomsday Weapon is a very slow and agonizing death, whereas
Yeah.
Cam is not.
My preferred reality is one where I don't die, period.
Fair.
Cam and
Cam
Bianca.
has offered the service. That's all.
I will keep that in mind in the future.
Okay.
He can also help you fall asleep. He's got that too.
Fair enough. So what is the plan?
He
Ronan?
pulls out. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Pete,
Oh no, yeah. What was Pete gonna do?
He pulls out his box of ornate pipes and one corncob pipe.
Oh, no, be cold.
I have pipes to sell. I have nothing else.
I am nothing but pipe. Thank you.
So, do we think we're going the raise enough money route? I mean, yes, we could maybe fight whoever actually gets it, but I'm not much of a fighter, so I won't volunteer everyone else for that. But yeah.
That can work, and I can speak for sometimes you have to steal a thing that if it's going to end up in a bad person's hands and just reconcile that later. Sometimes.
I feel like we're
Sometimes
gonna
viable.
have to fight no matter what. Because so we buy it, right? I don't think we'll just walk out with it conflict free.
I mean, Cam has solutions.
And
just-
they are.
Punch them.
He has a bag he can throw shit in and then throw the bag and run and give the amulet to somebody else who can then call the bag to them and boom, it's solved.
Okay, then
That's
the-
one option. He's also kind of an officer in the Imperial Army, so you'd be like, hey, I'm here to escort shit. What the fuck is up? And then stab everyone in the back when they turn around for 5 seconds? Because that's up Cam's alley. He's not opposed to killing indiscriminately, apparently. Jesus Christ.
Then it sounds
Uh,
like maybe we should just raise the money if we have a good lead.
We can help little Lord Fauntleroy.
Let's help him. Cam is going to help whoever needs the help, and we'll just kind of vibe.
okay. So I guess the plan then is to go approach the estate of Lord Fauntleroy.
Yeez.
Lord Fauntleroy has an estate, and having an estate inside a city is even more impressive than having one outside of a city. Even though it is slightly smaller than some of the outside of the city estates, city real estate is more expensive than outside of city real estate. And so having anything that can be referred to not as a mansion, not as a manor, but as the Fauntleroy estate. This is a sign of gratuitous and grotesque wealth.
He's
You
quite
have-
fancy.
Yes. Ash, Cam?
No, you're good. Go ahead. I was just making a comment.
He has upon the estate fencing all around it, his own private security force that works for him, decorative gardens of various sorts that are both beautiful and way over manicured simultaneously, and also a golf course. And recently, he had a grandchild come and live with him, Little Lord Fauntleroy. And Little Lord Fauntleroy threw a tantrum, and Big Lord Fauntleroy decided to get the Little Lord Fauntleroy a miniature golf course. And so that is in the process of being installed right now.
Oh, fuck yeah. Mini golf. Let's go.
Mini golf is great. Anyway, so you guys approach, and I don't know, how do you want to approach? How do you want to approach the estate? Do you want to walk in the front door and say, "Hi, I'm Bianca, and I might be able to heal you," or what's the plan?
That would be my preference for myself. I'm probably too busy drooling over this estate and how luxurious it is.
Do you bring people with you, or do you go by yourself?
I've seen
Um,
bigger.
That is up to
Cam is gone, apparently.
the group.
I can go. I mean, I would be excited.
You just gotta show
Ronan-
tip.
Yeah, Rona needs to show Tip
Just a
this
tap.
mini golf. Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Makes sense to me. Well, I guess the four of you will go. Is that okay, Pete?
Yeah, Pete goes too.
Woo!
Pete is
Before we
off
make
put by
friendship-
the scale of the estate.
Crew night out.
Too big. Too
Has
fancy.
trees though. Well, does it have trees?
It does.
Yeah, and they're cut into shapes.
Oh, that's unnatural. I don't like it.
Inorganic. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a depiction of a giant swan attacking a dragon.
God.
Whoa.
I mean, that is accurate for swans' natures, but not for trees. So, yeah, Ronan is conflicted now.
It's 50-50 natural.
Yeah,
We'll give it a solid okay on the sure scale.
yeah.
Solid okay on the shore scale. I like it.
Sorry, you're getting 100% unfiltered dumbass fuck Ash today. Just
I'm here for it.
putting
Let's
it
fucking
out
go.
there. I've had a lot of energy drinks. It's
Well, you
gonna,
know.
it's
Such
gonna
luck.
be a time for everybody.
So there are guards in front of this estate at the front entrance. They stand there impassively staring ahead, guarding a gate that is closed.
Cam
Adjust
waves.
my hat and kind of bring my doctor's suitcase set in front of me. I heard that there may be need for a doctor here.
And who are you?
A doctor? You may call me Bianca.
By what reputation have you?
I'm a good doctor.
But will anyone stand for you?
I
Uh,
could stand for them.
These people are
I
standing.
pull out my
Will
aristocrat.
anyone of note
standing.
or import stand for you?
I pull
They're-
out my aristocrat standing documents and hand them to them.
Takes a look at it and says, "Oh, my lord, I apologize. I did not recognize you in this disastrous getup."
Yeah. Sometimes if you get the dress up in the morning, you know, your peasants are all out at a party all night or some. I don't know. Cam has a good thing to say. I had to
Very-
pick my own clothes out this morning, okay?
The valet was out.
Dr. Bianca, is that your name?
Indeed.
It is my job to make sure that the people that come by are not cranks with snake oil rather than actual cures of wellness. What can you do that proves to me that you will, in some way, shape, or form, be able to actually heal our dear, dear, dear Lord Fauntleroy, who is sick in bed, quite taken with this illness? His grandson is by his side constantly, weeping for fear of his grandfather's demise.
Well, here's the thing. I can guarantee you that I can cure him, but if I were to give you a demonstration, that would sap some of my power, my tools, resources, and then I wouldn't be able to do what I was going to do. So
It's
we're at a bit of
sanctioned.
an impasse.
Yeah, roll a d20.
Oh fuck, that's something we gotta have up.
Yeah. 1 second. 14.
14 is a
Success.
And he looks at you and he says, "Well, that does make sense. I don't have much understanding of how these things work, so I guess that makes sense. I really shouldn't be in charge of determining who is a
Probably
doctor and who is not, if I have no understanding of how these things work, should I? But nonetheless, that was the duty assigned to me by the ill and aging master of mine. Give me 1 second." And he reaches to the side and grabs something from like a vine that's growing up the gate, and he grabs it, and he's holding like in his hand. It looks like a dragonfly.
Ooh.
And he looks at it, and he says, "Would you please go inform the young master that a doctor has arrived with an attempt to heal Lord Fauntleroy?" And the dragonfly just starts flying off.
Was it like a regular sized dragonfly or like a big one?
I would call it regular.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know.
Just curious.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, I guess I let you in. And he opens the gate and says, "Follow the path straight down to the mansion and up the stairs. The butleress will help you."
Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry, my lord. If you would like to make a grand entrance and be announced, we can arrange for that to happen. I'm sorry, I missed your name, Lord.
Fuck.
Wow,
His
You
name's
know what?
Lord Fuck.
You know what?
Fuck.
this is
Oh
like
my
Lord,
god!
Fuck
Guys,
Worthington.
sorry, stop. Someone just fell. I need to go check on what.
Oh,
Yeah, go.
Oh, go for it.
I suppose Lord Fuck is appropriate now.
How's that spelled?
It's Lord Fuck with a J. Sorry,
FJU.
Fuck.
FJCK or FJUCK?
FJUCK. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A few.
Lord Fuck.
Nice.
That's excellent.
You know that I'm sorry, but it makes me think of a popular cartoon character
I was just thinking that.
who I probably can't say on stream.
Oh, a
because
property
of
of the mouse.
copyright.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
What?
yeah. I had the same thought.
I'm
Oh, yuck.
Someone dropped a vacuum cleaner. Everyone is fine.
Okay.
Okay, good.
It is Lord Fuck with J. We have decided.
Lord Fuck.
Lord Fuck.
Sounds good.
Not in this get-up, my friend. I appreciate the offer, though.
Very, very well. He looks confused.
I'm mostly here to offer aid to Lord Fauntleroy. He's assisted me many a time.
Of course. Let us. Looks at you like he's never seen you before, and he's trying to place you. And like, I know everyone who comes here, but okay, whatever. Never mind. Don't argue with a noble. Don't argue with a noble. So you guys are. Sorry, that's a little bit of adrenaline that I didn't need.
Take a minute, take a breath, or 3 or 4 or 7.
All's good. All's good. It was a vacuum cleaner that fell down the stairs, not my father.
Pete is knocking his hooves against the stone, like pathway and steps and stuff, trying to clean up a little bit, shaking his coat out, and there's like dirt and crumbs and twigs and stuff.
Nice.
It's filthy.
I would I would like to also point out that Cam did wear the nice clothes.
Mhm.
He's now in the shit covered peasant outfit. Just saying. But compared to Lord Fauntleroy, everything is trash. It's
Yeah,
like
that's very true.
a man who wears exclusively gold Versace and Gucci compared to someone who wears like nice Nikes.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
just like the drip is incomparable.
There's absolutely a distinction. So, back to it. The path is covered in cobblestones and allows you to walk forward. There's then a grand double curved staircase leading down to a fountain that you guys are walking past. It's all very, I want to say fancy, but I'm going to go with gauche and over the top instead. And you walk up the fountain, and as you walk up the stairs, and the fountain erupts behind you, and it sprays in like 17 different directions, and then a magical spell causes those 17 different sprays to form a large ball, which then falls down like raindrops in an effort to impress you with their waste of magic.
It's like lawns.
Cam is conflicted.
A woman stands at the top of the stairs. Pete, she looks like you if you had never been in nature.
A clean satyr?
Yeah.
Unheard of.
Unthinkable.
Blaspheme.
And she is wearing a very, very nice and tight black dress. And she stands with her hands stiffly behind her. And she looks around at all of you as you approach.
Hell.
Pete feels a lot dirtier, so he's gonna wash his face in the fountain real quick.
Oh no.
He's not gonna get in.
I'll
He's just gonna on the
Pete,
edge.
no, not the fountain. Pete, no, fight.
I'll stand in
No,
front of him.
no.
I'll stand in front of him.
No.
You hear her
Come on.
disapprovingly.
Not for washing. I take. Okay.
Greetings, and
hello.
welcome to Lord Fauntleroy Estate.
I apologize for my servant. He's not the most versed in social protocols, and I start like nudging Pete to get the fuck out of the fountain.
Not verse.
Lord Fuke, you have not honored us with your presence in these halls, but it is a pleasure to meet someone of such excellent reputation.
You're too kind. My reputation does not precede me that much, I would hope.
And these three are your servants?
Companions. Two are. This is, and I point towards Ronan in a introduce yourself gesture.
Ronan.
It's fair enough. This is Pete. He is fresh, we will say. And this is my doctor, and I point to Bianca. She is here to assist Lord Fauntleroy.
Well, Lord Fuke, I am grateful. We are all grateful here on this estate for you to loan us the use of your doctor. And we are grateful for you bringing her here. I should warn you and have you warn your doctor that this illness has so far resisted any and all treatments that have been brought before it. It seems as if it's an illness of something greater than just a disease of some sort, and quite the and like as she's like doing this talking around thing, you hear the small boy, the shockingly loud voice of a small boy. Where is our butleress? I want my pancakes. I want them now. Where are my pancakes? She looks at you and says, my apologies, Lord Fuke. Young Master Fauntleroy is in need.
Please, take your time.
She turns and you can hear him screaming some more. Wah! Everyone sucks. This is lame. I don't like being here. Everything is horrible.
I look towards Bianca and like very politely gesture at my poisons.
Ah. Hold on to that. Just hold on to it.
Yep.
She returns but 2 minutes later and says, I apologize for the interruption. Shall I take you upstairs?
Yes.
That would be wonderful.
It would be better if your servants remained here upon the grounds, unless absolutely necessary, Lord Fuke.
Why?
I feel they are better suited outside.
Sorry, inside?
Outside.
Oh, yes. That
Am I quiet?
is clear. No, I just was deaf.
Okay. Cool.
That is evident from looking upon them.
If there's anywhere in particular that could use a little work, they may be well suited there.
Oh, are they gardeners?
In a manner of speaking.
Well, the West Elm Wood could use some cleaning.
Cam looked towards the
The
two
trees
like a...
won't mind the fertilizer.
I can grow some things. And I almost call myself Cam. Pete pulls out a brick of cedar leaf from his bag. I can grow things.
Well, the trees there won't mind the scent. So, please. She gestures to one side of the estate. Ronan, how are you feeling about this?
You can see Cam's giving you a I'm fucking sorry, bro look.
I'm gonna give Cam a do you want Tip to join you look. Like I'll just be like tapping my pocket where Tip is curled up.
We could probably have had that conversation ahead of time.
Okay.
I think we're smart enough, and I think if that is something you would desire, then Tip is in Cam's pocket.
Okay.
It is up to Tip.
Yeah, I think if they're going to be separated, no, he's going to keep Tip.
Okay.
There you go. Solutionized. Let's get moving.
Okay. So she turns after gesturing to the Western Elm Grove, to Bianca and to Cam, and says, "Right this way, Lord Fuke." She glances and for the first time addresses you, Bianca, and says, "Lord Fuke's doctor."
Oh.
Oh, Matt. Sorry. Is she wearing anything on her hooves?
No, she is not.
Okay.
But glancing down at them, you notice that they are remarkably clean and even seem to glitter a little bit.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So you guys turn and are heading inside, and you make it inside. And she does that thing that people do sometimes, where they like give you like a history of the house as she walks you up the stairs. This has been the Fauntleroy estate for many generations, etc., etc., etc. The first Lord Fauntleroy was blah 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 blah. And she gets up to a room and she says, "Now I must ask from here that you be quiet and respectful, for Lord Fauntleroy is not well." And she gestures, and you see that there are like little like booties, like soft booties, to put over your shoes to make like sure that you don't clack 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 against the ground. And she puts them over her hooves and gestures for you to do the same with whatever you have on your feet.
Cam does.
I will too.
So walking across, she gestures to a room and then quietly, "Lord Fauntleroy, are you awake?" She then pushes the door open and you see Lord Fauntleroy lying in his bed. The sheets are sort of like twisted around him and like he is sweating, but also like covering himself in sheets and like twisting up in the blankets and whatnot, and everything's just a little bit of a mess. You see that there's just like a little pile of blood next to his bed, And he looks incredibly thin and ill. And he sort of looks up and says, Daisy? Is that you, my Daisy?
No, I'm the doctor.
Oh, Daisy. It is so good to see you.
Oh, it's fine. I can work with this. Okay. So I will pull up a chair next to him, and I feel like this is gonna have to be a restore. I don't think a heal will do it because it's only temporary conditions.
That is true.
So, I will go through the same process as I did before, where I put a hand on each side of his head and take him through a guided meditation
How many points is that?
as I cast Restore.
How many points is that?
7.
I will bump in 2 to help.
Beautiful. So it'll actually only cost you 5 then.
Oh, nice, thanks.
Cam, what does this look like mechanically? Like, we know mechanically you can help, but what is Cam helping a guided meditation look like?
Using his wide variety of spices, he is like taking a stick of incense and like wafting it through the air, and then sitting next to Bianca and like putting his hand on her shoulder in a way to like, here's my power too.
So Bianca, you feel Cam's presence on your shoulder, and you feel his energy sort of merge with yours, the scent of his incense soothing you in some ways. And from that you can
Lavender and honey.
Lavender and honey, always good. Is it one that you got from her?
Probably.
I love it. Yeah, so it's your own scent that he's wafting towards you. And we're going to see the results of this shortly, but for now at least, let's go see what's happening in the West Elm Forest, if anything.
Okay.
Pete is planting cedar leaf underneath those 2 trees. Well, I don't know if it was 2 trees, but it was the trees depicting the dragon and the swan.
Oh, I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's a cluster of trees because they need multiple leaves to get this to happen. You're paid. Okay, yeah, I love it.
What?
Hmm?
Oh no! What does this do? What does the plant do?
Wait, what do you mean? Like it grows?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not like instantly or anything. Like it's a normal plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just improving the quality of the Fauntleroy estate with things that are going to grow and
Biodiversity.
What?
Weed!
Sorry, what'd you say?
Biodiversity.
Yes, biodiversity, always helpful.
Lawns,
Really important.
monoculture lawns are horseshit.
Fuck that shit. Moss lawns for the way.
Yep.
Tip and Ronan?
Well, I guess we'll walk directly over the mini golf area. Every now and then stopping to let Tip like look inside a window. Because it's Tip sized. And yeah, we'll head over to the West Elm Forest. I think he's gonna just kind of see like, is there any like actual nature happening here? Or is it all just like, is there any real forestry happening?
I mean, it's so manicured that it's hard to say it's real, but it is. I mean, they are real plants. They're not like fake. Fun fact: I once went to a party at a rich person's house in a library, and I literally jokingly said to someone, "Wouldn't it be funny if these books were fake?" And then we pulled out a book, and it was blank. And then we pulled out another, and it was blank. And they had like all these famous titles of books on the sides that look like books but are not actually books. Sorry.
Wow.
That's not the case here. These are actually trees.
Okay.
And as you walk across the mini golf course to get there, I think, and you should like showing Tip one of these windows, you hear, "Ooh, fun target practice!"
Excuse me?
And you see like this little boy, and he's holding like a stick as if it's like a battering ram, and like a golf club, like a mini golf club, like it's a batting ram, and like he just like quickly puts down a ball and like looks and bites his tongue and like thinks about it really hard. Just, hey, you're in the way.
In the way of what?
My swing.
What are you swinging at? This is
The
a house.
ball. What?
Oh, right. Yeah, golf. I don't know what golf is. Okay, yeah. So he'll put Tip back in his pocket
Oh no!
and step out of the way.
That's my target. You can't take my target.
Were you about to hit a ball at an animal?
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
because it's a moving target.
How would you feel if a giant showed up in town right now and took a look at you and said, "Ooh, target practice," and stomped over to you, big, heavy footsteps, stomp, stomp, and smacked you right into the ocean? How would you feel?
Couldn't happen.
What if I were to take my bow right now and I were to aim that bow at you and say, "Ooh, target practice"?
Then the guards are gonna kill you because I'm important and you're not.
But then you'd still be dead.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be fine.
Nope, you wouldn't be.
My father has the best doctors coming to this place every day.
Every day?
Every day, great doctors show up. More and
is
more of them.
And why does he need more and more doctors if they're so great?
Well, because whatever, he's sick.
He's sick and they're trying to help him, right?
Why are you mean? You're mean.
You're being mean.
You're mean.
No, you're mean.
You're mean.
So are you.
You're a meanie McMean face.
So are you.
So that goes on for
Though you
30
know
fucking
us.
minutes.
And you
This goes on for a while. And he goes, hey, those people are helping your grandfather. They're doing that out of the goodness of their hearts.
yeah.
If you saw a sick animal, you wouldn't try to help it, would you?
I don't know. It depends. Is it cute?
Well, this little mouse is cute.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he is.
No,
he's the
he's
cutest
not.
mouse you'd ever see in your life. I can even talk to him.
He is not cute. He's a mouse.
Mice are incredibly cute. Are you kidding? The cute little black eyes, cute little ears.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, roll. Let's roll and see what happens.
Okay, I want Tip to look adorable while this is
Oh my
happening.
fucking god. I'm so wanting to just fucking kill this kid.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, Tip, do something cute. Can that be the role for Tip to do something adorable?
I mean, I think Tip just is doing things that are adorable.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to.
Automatic
But I
success.
don't like
Woo!
this. I don't like this kid. I don't know what that roll was. Oh, it was 19. Okay.
19. Yeah.
Dub.
He's like, fine. Maybe he's a little cute.
Yeah, he is cute. And think you were gonna kill him. You were going to kill this cute little animal.
It was just a little bit of fun.
It's not fun for him when he's dead.
But he's a mouse. He doesn't have feelings.
He does have feelings because I can talk to him.
Whatever.
I can.
Whatever.
I can say, Tip, can you go into my pocket and get out a coin for me?
Listen to all your funny sounds. You making funny sounds as you talk.
And then I'm gonna have Tip do that.
Yeah, of course. So Tip goes in and gets a coin and brings it out.
And I'm gonna say, Tip, how do you feel about Little Lord Fauntleroy right now? Do you think that he's hurt your feelings?
He nods. And his nose quivers a little.
Were you scared when you heard that Little Lord Fauntleroy was going to hurt you?
Nods. But his nose twitches a little more. His
Do you
little
think I would have been sad if my best friend had been killed by a little boy who thought it was just a little bit of fun?
Oh, you wouldn't let him kill me.
That's true. I wouldn't have let him kill you.
You would protect me.
Of course, I always do.
And Tip like leans up and Eskimo kisses you with his nose.
Yes, and I will Eskimo kiss him back. And I'll say, you see, if you try to hurt somebody, you don't know. You could be hurting somebody's best friend. You could be hurting their grandchild. If I were to actually want to hurt you, which I wouldn't have, but if I did, I would have been hurting somebody's grandkid. Your grandfather would have been very upset to know that you were hurt. Not just because you're important, but because you're important to him. Just like Tip is important to me.
No, because I'm important.
Everybody's important to somebody.
Yeah, but some of us are actually important.
So you're important to more people than I'm important to. Doesn't matter. I think Tip
I'm not
counts for
important to
everyone.
people. I'm important to like the world. Okay,
I never heard of you before this point.
Well, not my fault that you are a bumpkin.
I mean, that's accurate.
Not my fault that you're a bumpkin.
Not my fault that you're a pompous little kid.
I'm not poopus.
Pompous. It
Poopus.
means you're mean.
I'm not mean. You're mean. We established this already. You're mean.
Both of us could be mean at the same time.
No, only you can be mean. You hurt my feelings, and I'm gonna cry, and I'm gonna tell my grandpa, and he's gonna cause you pain. He's gonna send King Anson's troops after you.
Well, you would have killed Tip.
I'm not even that good a shot.
Doesn't matter. You hurt his feelings just by the fact that you were going to try. And if someone were to try to hurt your best friend, you have a best friend. Who's your best friend?
Whatever. And he kicks the ball and like storms off. I want pancakes.
Children. And Rowan's just gonna stomp off to the woods.
Was that Faye or was that Ronan?
That was that was both. No, that was Ronan. Ronan, who is little more than a child. He's just reached past the point of maturity. Just goes, children, and stomps off.
Cam would have handled that very differently.
I know. I'm sorry. This is.
I would not have killed him, but it was me, Ash, who was tempted, not Cam.
So Pete,
Well,
I think
Ronan
we get the
wouldn't
shot.
have done that.
Oh, sorry. Finish.
Ronan wouldn't have actually hurt him. He was trying to give a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cam would have.
Mm-hmm. So Ronan, I think we get this beautiful and hilarious shot where you're just standing there, like, or sitting there, lying there, whatever, planting these plants in, and we get this shot, and we realize from our camera angle, like, you've heard this whole conversation and not gotten involved, just like
I was hoping so. Yeah.
Yeah, just planting your plants and making this happen. And I think we will flash back to our upstairs scene. You're not Daisy.
Ah, Lord Fauntleroy. How's your head feeling?
Better.
Would you like some water? You look a little dehydrated.
Yes, I would.
Is there a cup of water or anything nearby?
Yeah, there's like a tray with water on it on a table against the window.
I'll grab it and bring it to him. There you are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you much. You have me at a disadvantage, my lord.
Fyuck.
Fyuck.
And this is my doctor, Bianca.
My lady, you have done wonders. I feel substantially better.
Nia, nia, nia.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry. That was me.
My lady, you've done wonders. I feel substantially better.
Oh, Good. I'm glad that worked.
It did. It did. It does.
Take it
And
easy. Don't.
this will be permanent.
It should be permanent.
Well, I felt better before, and it's always come back.
Hmm. Do you know what happened? When did you first get sick?
Not long after, well, my grandson came to visit. Wonderful boy. And yes, he came to visit, and not long after that, I got sick. I have lost track of time, I must admit, in the past however long I've been sick. Maybe a month?
Can I check that water? Can I sniff it?
Sure.
Does it smell like water?
Yeah, roll.
Doot, doot. Nope. Sniff and smells like water.
Are you sure? It smells like poison to me.
It's a failure.
I know. It smells like poison to me.
Lord Fauntleroy, do you mind if I take a swig? I have suspicions.
No one would dare poison me. But I guess be my guest, or puke.
I will waterfall a drink.
There's a slight acrid taste to it.
Like a familiar acrid taste?
No?
That tastes a little sideways. It's like
Well-
sulfur. Yeah.
Then get me a new glass, Lord Fuke.
Indeed,
I-
I will, and I'll go to the window and throw it out the fucking window.
It splashes
That's
Clete a little.
hardly necessary. That was part of the tea
I-
set. It was left me by
I'll-
my grandmother.
I'll fix it and make it better. Look good.
Meanwhile, we get a shot in the park. There's there's Pete working, and he's just planting something, and I'm like,
No,
glass next to him.
let's have it hit the kid. Damn it!
Could be that too.
No, that would cause problems. I'll go downstairs and get him another glass, or go outside and call for his servant to do that.
Yes. Oh, is he feeling better?
So far, yes.
How excellent! I will get him a new. You say water?
Yes, please, and allow me to test it first.
Test it. Whatever for?
There was a certain undertone of earthly flavors, if you understand my drift.
I see. Very well.
Does she look suspicious when she says that? Does she look guilty at all?
Roll.
Yes, success.
Yeah. She slips down, like her eyes slip down and look like don't make eye contact with you, and you see like a momentary relief.
So, relief that there was poison, or relief that it's like,
I don't feel the need to tell you that. You can get a triumph.
okay, fair enough. I'll wait for her to start walking away, and then I'll sneak behind her.
Yeah, she starts walking away, heading downstairs.
I'll just slowly follow behind her.
Okay.
Keep an eye.
We'll cut back to the scene in the bed, next to the bed. You work for Lord Fuke?
Yeah. Yep. Sure do.
I must admit that you are by far the best doctor I've seen. This is the best I felt every day, any day. This is the best I felt. Might I inquire about the possibility of hiring your services?
Oh. Depends on your offer, of course. Lord Fuke is paying me very, very well.
Of course, of course. Well, I have no idea what he's paying you, but and I mean no offense for your lord, but judging on what he's wearing, it cannot be nearly that much. So I will immediately just flatly offer you double.
Wow, without even knowing how many monies.
I can tell from the way that he dresses, not enough to be
That man's is wearing Nike and I'm wearing Versace. Come on.
Have you considered maybe he dresses the way he does because he pays me so much and does not have any money to spare on clothing?
no. The way that a man presents himself says much about who they are.
Well, I won't argue with that. I'll get back to you.
Please do. I feel shockingly rejuvenated.
Well, that is good to hear. It took a lot out of me, but I'm glad it helped.
Let's cut to Pete planting things.
Pete has actually proceeded to feeding errant like berries and seeds that he's had in his pockets to the local animals and encouraging them to drop their leavings across the yard, across the monoculture. Assuming it is.
Yeah. What's your what are you doing?
Planting. Diversifying.
Uh-huh. What's that mean?
Long pause. Bringing more life where there was only few before.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What's that mean?
Long pause. Longer pause.
Walks away.
I don't know how to explain any simpler. You
Well,
can help if you wish.
what is more life?
Pete pulls out a handful of seeds and berries and grains and stuff and holds it out over in front of the kid, hoping that he will like cup his hands to have them it poured in.
He puts his hands forward.
So he pours out the seeds and the berries. Give those to the birds and the squirrels, and tell them to leave them where they wish.
Like drop them?
In a sense.
Do you mean poo?
Pete nods, and then makes a raspberry sound. Exactly.
You want them to like poo places?
It's good for the biodiversity.
The biodiversity?
Close enough. And yes.
And he looks around. Is it good if I do it?
Pete thinks to himself. Probably. I think it works the same way for us. You, in that big fancy house, you don't go in like, bushes and the holes in the ground and such. Is that correct?
I could.
You could.
Would it be good for the biodiversity?
Less close that time. But yes, that's what I do near my home. Never near your home. Never where you sleep or eat.
Okay. The birds? Any birds want? And like some birds fly down. He's like, you go number 2 wherever you want. Wherever you want. Just do it. Do it. And he's like giddily doing this. Birds are weird.
They're delightful. They sing songs. They have beautiful plumage.
They're annoying in the morning. I'm like trying to sleep, you know?
If you wake up sooner than they do. You should try waking up sooner than they do.
Why? No, I want to sleep. Do you want to sleep?
Hmm. Yes. Pete sits cross-legged on the ground next to the newly planted seeds and the, I assume, flocking animals, and starts puffing away.
I'm gonna go poo in the fountain. And he turns and walks away.
Good luck. Oh wait, no, it's not for washing. But I think he's already gone. Or I hope he's already gone.
Yeah, he's already gone.
Just turn him feral. Like,
That's the goal.
It's a win.
That's an improvement, honestly, I think.
yeah, I think so.
So, the butleress makes it down to the kitchen and starts pouring water in a cup. You're behind her. She's not aware of you. Is that true?
I'm just peeking in the door.
Is there something I can do for you, Lord Fuke?
No, I mean trying to stealthily peeking around the corner.
Roll it. Let's roll.
Deep. Tough choice.
Yeah. Let me think about that for 1 second. What is our tough choice here? I think that you can choose between. What do you have in your toolkit? Do you have any supplies for thieving or stealthing or anything like that?
Not currently on me.
Interesting.
The thing on him would be some throwing knives that he's got tucked away.
Yeah. What's your obvious choice there, Spicy, that you're stressing?
It would be that they see him, right? That's one of the two choices.
I think one of the options is that they see him, but then we have to come up with a they don't see him, but it sucks for option is the problem too.
I think this being seen is probably the suckier thing.
Could be.
Well, there shouldn't be. I mean, ideally, there shouldn't be
an objectively better option.
Yes, because it's supposed to be a tough choice, not an easy choice.
Fair.
Right. Just mechanically speaking.
My suggestion.
Go for it.
One choice is I am seen. I do learn they're poisoning, but there's someone else assisting and they try to capture me. Possibly initiating combat, or I see nothing.
Yeah, that's too meta, right? For the ability. The ability is just that you are stealthing. So it has to be a consequence of stealthing, not a consequence of the plot. We're not supposed to shift the plot to what you roll. We're supposed to...
Fair enough.
So I think I think the choice is actually that you are seen by her, or you are seen by their pet tiger.
I'll take a scene by her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord Fuke, I didn't realize you followed me. Is there something I can get for you?
Oh, sorry. I just kind of wanted to see the kitchen.
Why don't you come
interested
in?
in the facilities.
Why don't you come in? Mr. Tibbles is sometimes about this time of day.
Ah, of course. I enter the room.
Yes. She glances outside.
Just kind of look around.
I hope he's been fed. This is the kitchen, and she looks out the window, and you see her eyes go huge. She's like, "Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Could you take this upstairs?" And she shoves a pitcher and a glass to you on a tray, and she hikes up her skirts and starts sprinting outside to the fountain.
Okay, then I will walk over to the tap or wherever she's getting the water from, and get us an empty cup, something that's dry.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a quick rinse, and then take a sip. Does it taste the same?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's just accurate tasting water.
Yep.
Cool. I bring it on up.
Covered accurately that you failed on your last roll and overinterpreted it. There may be a leak or something like that, but it's just that their water supply is just not as...
Yeah, it's just lead poisoning. You're fine.
No, it's just like it's like Philadelphia water. It's not like it's gonna kill you. It's just like not as good.
Never once had that in my life, but I'll sure.
It's
Water
not
bottle?
hedge. Let's say that. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, good to know. I'll just bring it on up. Keeping an eye out for Mr. Tibbles, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah. So you're making your way up, and you see just like you missed it before because you were focused on following her. But like in the center of the massive grand spiral staircase, on the floor, like at the bottom of it, there's a table with like flowers on it, a vase filled with flowers, and like curled around the like single balanced leg of this table is a very very large tiger.
Neat. And I just keep walking very casually.
It opens one eye and glances at you, and then closes that eye.
I like tilt my head in a hey, what's up motion, and continue
tired.
moving forward.
And with that, you make it back upstairs.
Here you go, Lord Fauntleroy. Just seems there's something wrong with the water supply. Nothing major.
But no one else is sick.
It's likely not the cause of your illness. I apologize for getting you worked up.
Well, then I would appreciate the returning of my glass.
Yes, I will do that. And I set the glasses down, give him a full glass of water, and then kind of look at the windows. Is Pete still near where it landed?
Yeah, so you look out the window and you see Pete. I think, Pete, you're still in the similar area to where it landed.
Mhm.
Have you lifted it out of the dirt or anything like that? Or do you just not care about it? Or
No.
And you see little Lord Fauntleroy with his pants down, just standing in the middle of the fountain, like climbing up it a little bit, and like our satyr butleress, just super excited to get down from here right now, you ungrateful. That whole thing. Just screaming at him.
Can we say my mimic pen can draw scenes relatively well?
Oh yeah,
I'm going to.
of course you are. Beautiful.
And then I'll call out to Pete. Hey, Pete!
Pete is mid-laugh. Yes.
Is that glass still good over there?
Oh. And then he'll pick it up. This one.
Yes, that one.
It's covered in dirt, so yes.
Perfect. Could you bring that inside? Or at least at the door.
He starts to wind up to like throw it up to the window.
No,
and
no,
then-
no, 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 no. Don't throw that, please.
Okay. Up the stairs.
I already threw it once. Just bring it to me. Come here.
Be right there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Pete walks into the building.
You see Mr. Tribbles?
Oh, cat. Hello.
Yeah. Cam
People
meets you at the
approach.
bottom of the stairs.
Pete is over by Mr. Tibbles. Was it Mr.?
Oh.
Okay.
Mr.
Tibbs.
Is
I see
are they
you.
like reacting okay?
Just opens one eye and lazily looks at you.
Pete bows. Hello.
Grins, and you see like a feather stuck in its teeth.
You are muted.
Oh, I am. Thank you. Pete will try to scratch behind their ear.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like we should roll for this.
Animal handling.
Here we go. 7.
Yeah. So either you get like fuzzy warm feels from petting the cat,
Is that tough? Go ahead.
or you don't get those warm feelings, but you begin to form a relationship of respect with the cat that may someday turn into something more.
Respect. The second one.
Respect over fuzzies. I will agree to that hard choice. That was a tough one. I don't know which one I would.
So people notice. Yeah.
Go for it.
So people notice that the scratch is like not well received, and then like back off, and then like bow again and back up, and then head toward Cam.
Who's
And
just
the
standing
cat
5
sort
feet
of,
away.
like gets up and like looks at you And at first it kind of looks like it's bowing, but actually it stretches. Just does
That
that
like
long
yeah.
cat stretch, but it sort of lowers itself, and its tail just sort of flicks independent.
And then Pete will turn toward Cam and then hand the glass to him.
Thank you. And I just go right back to the kitchen,
Mm.
clean it fairly well,
Mhm.
and bring it back after drying it.
Before you bring it back, so Dr. Fianca, was it?
Yes.
I've offered you a position, as you well know, but of course there's also the matter of the reward. Now, I know that nobles like myself are a dishonorable lot, and in general, our response to being saved by a subordinate or a subordinate of another is to reward the one who employs the subordinate rather than the subordinate themselves. Of course, highly
Right.
you are deserving of some sort of reward for helping me in this manner. Lord Fuke did nothing. He merely accompanied you for this thing. So, as someone who staunchly believes in the principles and rights that you are supposed to have, how what would be an appropriate reward? What would you value? What would mean something to you?
Well, Lord Fuke and I actually have the same reward in mind, in that he was hoping to bid on a certain item, and we would very much appreciate if we would have your backing on that.
Is this item something that you would value getting?
Oh, very much. Very much. Very much so.
So it's not for Lord Fuke so much as for you or for the both of you. I want to make sure that I'm offering. Look, I understand that the way of the world right now is that these nobles, they can walk all over you. I know this, and I am wary of it. It seems not fair to me, and I just want to make sure that you are getting what you want out of this deal.
Well, I very much appreciate the sentiment, but it just so happens in this case that this is very important to me, but it is also very important to Lord Fuke.
I see. What is this item that you are bidding on, or would you prefer not to tell me?
I feel like maybe if you didn't know, it would be for the better. But I'll give you the details on when and where to show up, and you'll see me
Of course.
there, and I'll let you know what the item is at the auction.
Well, presuming my illness does not return, I would be more than happy to do so. My health is everything to me. Presuming my illness does not return, then I think there's practically no limit on the amount of monies that I would bid on this item for you. So you can consider the item basically as good as yours. Though, of course, if my illness returns and you are but a charlatan who masks the symptoms and not cures the underlying disease, then I have doubts and I won't show up because I'll be ill.
Well, my ability would restore you completely to your normal state. Should your illness come back, it would mean that there is something causing this illness to reappear over and over again. Or
Well,
maybe.
we ruled out the water as an environmental factor, and no one else is sick, so it seems unlikely that that is the case.
If it's not the water, who handles your food? Do you get your food taste tested?
No, there has been no need.
Well,
I will not doubt my servants, though. They are goodly sorts.
If they're good people, then they wouldn't have anything to hide, would they? Would it hurt?
I refuse to believe that. I do not accept the possibility. I refuse to believe that. People are innocent until there is evidence that they are not. We cannot say that they are guilty just by the fact that they refuse to be searched. Everyone has secrets that they wish not to let out into the world. And the guards are so abusive about that already. I'm not going to. No, absolutely not.
Well, I'm not saying we should subject them to a public trial of any sorts. I'm just saying maybe my compatriots and I can look into the source of your food without causing a stink or alerting anyone, so as to not hurt feelings or dishonor them if they are doing nothing wrong.
Yeah, let's roll.
Okay.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
19!
I will take that. So he looks at you and he says, "Do you have ideals,
Doesn't everybody?
things that you believe in?"
I do.
For me, it's important that this investigation that you are proposing, should it happen, it's important to me that we not have part of the investigation go beyond what should be acceptable. Not what the law says is acceptable, because the law is accepting of bribes and horrible things. But what should be acceptable? What is acceptable, or what should be acceptable, is obviously a long and complicated conversation that we don't really have time for now, but think whether I would approve, based on what little you know of me, and do nothing that I would not approve of, or our deal is off.
Well, what you have said in no way conflicts with what I believe and what I'm hoping to accomplish, so fine by me.
Well then, I give you leave to investigate as you see fit. And with that, I think, Cam, you enter with the glass of water. Or with the
Lord
glass.
Fauntleroy, I have returned with your cleaned glass.
Thank you, Lord Fuke. Is there a dent or a scratch in it?
I look at it, like quickly turn around, look at it, like, fuck, I didn't look. Is there any dents or scratches?
Oh, it's fine.
Oh
I
yeah,
turn around.
there's a scratch right by the handle.
There was, however, I have fixed it to perfection.
Oh wow.
And I hand it to him.
I'm very glad you did not injure this. I must admit, this one glass is from a set, but this one alone is worth 85 monies.
That is quite a lot for it. Is it mithril?
No, just well crafted.
Ah, fair enough. Well, it is quite light, but also perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Your Dr. Bianca is exquisite in her work and has requested the option of continuing to investigate potential sources of my malady in case it is environmentally caused.
Oh,
Granted this permission.
wonderful.
She has also informed me that there is an auction of some sort coming up.
Ah, yes, indeed. And I'll pull out the invitation.
Well, presuming that the source of my illness is found, or it does not return, then I will happily represent you at this auction and use my own money.
That is much appreciated, Lord Fauntleroy.
No, worry not. I know what it is to be an impoverished noble house. I've seen it many times.
Well, mushroom farms only go so far.
Remarkably true.
Eventually they peter out and The leaf doesn't grow.
But at least it seems to have helped or aided in some way you finding this magnificent doctor. And I
Which
think,
is unquestionable. Quite good.
and I think with that we will take our break.
All right, I'm good with that.
Back in 10, everyone.
about that, people. We got into a heated tea argument. Haha.
We had to spill the tea. There is some intense.
Gloves were slapped.
Some of us care passionately, and some of us are savages.
Woo! Me a savage.
And some of us are having relationship problems over tea, and that's okay too.
Oh, it's okay. We made up.
We made up. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm glad. Hi, Sarah. We love you.
And Matt says you're right.
Thank you. I know. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Okay. Back to the game. So I think we're going to bring the four of you together again at this moment, because functionally where we're at is he has given you permission to run around his estate and look for evidence of tampering, poisoning, something else.
First, I will request what his typical diet consists of.
Well, since I've been sick, it's been mostly broth and crackers. There have been a couple days when doctors have come by and helped me feel better, and I've been able to get up to like a full meal. But you know, even those, I love a good fruit salad. Fruit salad with like there's delicious honey glaze that we use that I find quite tasty. But when I'm sick, I'm not really up for eating it.
Of course. Is there anything that you are the only person who typically eats or drinks of?
Well, the broth, I guess, but that's only when I'm sick. I guess there's some fancy liqueurs in the cellar that you know I reserve for myself and for guests. And I haven't had any guests lately, but I have been drinking it occasionally.
Might we check those?
I gave you permission to free range of the state. My
When they're expensive liqueurs, I need to ask permission. You understand?
You are not given permission to drink them willy-nilly.
That I did not intend.
Leave anything sealed. My butler will help you, guide you around.
There we go.
His butler comes in and looks around and sees Pete and Ronan inside, and looks at the master and says, Lord Fauntleroy, I'm to guide these people around, all of them?
You can say the word.
What word?
Anyway.
Yes, my dear, if you could. They're investigating the possibility that I may have been not sick of natural causes, but in fact poisoned.
That's or just improper storage of food or something along those lines, not necessarily
Yes, accidental or purposeful poisoning, of course, are both options. But poisoned either way. And if I am, then we probably owe a apology letter to that other doctor and that other doctor. In fact, the three doctors that made me feel better for a day. If I was continuously poisoned, I'll owe them apologies. If you could send up the maid with the excellent handwriting, the penmanship maid, yes? If you could send her up and we can address those letters. I won't send them until we have evidence, of course. She nods and looks at you all and says, are you all investigating together, or are you splitting up?
I leave that to my compatriots.
Pete turns into a Great Dane.
Well, that's one answer.
That was a joke. I'm turning into a Samoyed. Sorry.
To what? To what?
A Samoyed? The big white, like cloudy, puffy, big dogs.
Oh my god.
They're so
Love
cute.
those.
What's cute?
Oh my god. But they're so poofy.
Yeah,
Poof, poof.
that's the best part. You know.
There's just like a wall of poof there. So there's like a cloud in the middle of the room now. And she looks
And it barks.
shockingly says, that's disconcerting.
It's not disconcerting at all.
Pete
It's quite
says,
normal for him.
As you
Some
say,
days he likes to just be an owl for days at a time. In fact, like the entire last week and a half, he's been an owl.
as you say, Lord Fuke. So where would you like to begin? Should I guide you somewhere? Are you splitting up? Would you
Food
like
stores.
downstairs?
Myself and Pete here.
And she turns and starts walking down the stairs, and opens the door on the bottom floor to the kitchen. Says, "Right this way," and then points to a door and says, "Down there's where we keep all the foods that need to be stored coolly, as well as the wines and liqueurs. The rest of the kitchen is the kitchen. You may look around as you see fit. I'm going to feed Mr. Tibbles, if you don't mind."
Of course. Take your time. Thank you very much. And I will go down and start sniffing for poisons.
Same. Big
And
same.
occasionally taste testing on things that I'm a little unsure of.
Mhm.
That's a hard choice. Give me the tough choice.
Wait for me to ask you for the roll.
Oh, yep, sorry. I
Because I
clicked.
want to just give you information sometimes, because sometimes I want to just give you information.
Sometimes I want to jump into death, but it's okay.
Well, I know, and I get it. Yeah, so hard choice. Cool. Let's do this. Yeah, I think the options are you fail to find anything, or you find something but you taste it.
That sounds fun. Let's go with that one.
Yeah. So wandering around and looking at things, you see a bit of cheese, and it looks interesting, and kind of has a cool, funky smell to it. So you lean down, you get a good whiff, and then you immediately get all bleary, and it's almost as if you are. In fact, it is exactly as if you are drugged, and you get a little bit delirious. It's
Hey, Pete!
Yeah.
I nudge him over on his side so he
Jeez.
doesn't choke on his tongue. It's just like a tiny wedge and you're like dying from it.
Yeah.
Can I
It
take a
just
whiff
keeps. You're gonna take a whiff
Oh,
of it,
is
and
this-
then
no,
just
wait,
melt
hold on.
across the
Sorry.
ground after smelling?
Is this clearly like a mousetrap kind of cheese trap, or is it
No, it is a wedge of cheese in the corner.
okay? That
It's one of those like people get like massive wedges of cheeses for parties, and it's not uncommon for parts of them to go bad, and you just like cut off those parts and serve the rest of it at the party. You know, you get it hoping for a party. There's more of this is bad than there should be, because you should probably do that. You should probably like refresh this once a month or whatever, and they haven't. Probably because there's no party coming up or something like that. Maybe because Lord Fauntleroy is sick. But yeah, broadly, yes, this is not uncommon, but it's definitely a large wedge of cheese that is definitely parts of it have gone bad.
as far as I can tell, is it poisoned or off?
Yeah, it is off, I would say. But you know very well that like a lot of poisons are crafted from things that are off.
Oh sure, yeah. Pete starts to sniff at it, but then like whimpers and recoils
Yeah.
and growls a little bit.
You does cute fluffy white Pete have a like fluffy poofy Pete, cloud Pete? Do you also have a little pipe in your mouth?
Oh yeah, yeah, always.
I love it. A little puppy with a pipe.
Oh, why did I not waft it?
Pete puffs out the word poisoned or off.
Bianca, are you present for this? Are you watching this?
You're just watching.
And do you
No.
have the power to heal him, and are you not healing him? Because that's weird?
No, I actually imagined that I had gone to the kitchen.
Okay, cool. So you're in the kitchen. So we'll cut here, and we'll check in on Bianca. And I think Ronan, if that's okay with you, would you go to the
Yeah.
kitchen? So the two of you are in the kitchen. What are you doing?
Well, this isn't my thing. Maybe you'll be able to figure out if ingredients or whatever are off more. They said that, or he said he was mostly eating broth and crackers and whatnot. I'll look, but I might not be able to figure out, if anything's wrong with it.
I'll no. All right, tips. So these people are mean, or well, some of them are mean. So I don't trust them not to have mouse traps. So just be very
Mousetraps?
careful.
Who would
I
do
know.
that? What a horrible thing to do.
I
Rat
know.
bastards.
I know. So I just want you to be very, very careful. But would it be okay if you would take a look in some of these cabinets into the kind of more cornery areas, I'll open all the cabinets so you can see better.
I just think you should know, because we're very good friends. You're my
Uh-huh.
best friend, and
Yes.
I love you.
I love
But I
you.
just think you should know that people who have mousetraps are the worst people. And if they have mousetraps, then I will feel no compunction or problem with eating their crackers.
Their crackers may be poisoned.
Well, once I determine that they're not poisoned, I will have no compunction about eating them.
Totally eat them. You can eat
Good.
as much as you want. If you see a single mousetrap, you have my permission to eat any non-poisoned crackers that they have.
And maybe they're fruit too.
Only if it's not poisoned.
And the nuts.
Yes, that too.
As long as they're not poisoned.
As long as they're not poisoned. Just
Tip, like, again, gives you a little bit like of just a brush with the nose on the cheek, and then runs down your arm, and you guys watch as Tip just starts methodically working around the kitchen, wandering around various things. There's a sink there that they sniff into, and then
what?
there is a mousetrap
There is where?
over here. You
Okay,
point.
let me see. Okay, so he'll go and see.
Yeah, and there's a mousetrap. It's like behind the counter. It's aimed at like mice on the floor, and as is normal.
Okay, I'm gonna dismantle it.
You took it away?
Yes, it's away.
You broke it apart?
It's broken.
You can't hurt me?
Will not hurt you.
You can't hurt my friends?
Can't hurt your friends anymore. It's way too broken.
And I'm gonna eat a cracker if it's not poisoned.
Yes.
I think I smell some in the cabinet. I'm gonna go up there. And he like runs up to the wall and like hops into the cabinet and with his little nose just pushes it open and crawls in, and you see there's like a lot of like food in there, dry foods, a couple of canned goods and things like that. It's all very it's all relatively well taken care of. Bianca, what are you doing while this whole thing's going on?
So I think I actually want to figure out who prepares his food usually.
Mhm.
If I can find someone to inquire about that.
Yeah, so a maid comes in and looks at you. Oh, hi.
Hi.
You're the doctor.
hmm Yeah, so I was, I'm concerned about his diet and well, just wanting to know what he eats. It would help me treat him better. So I was just wondering who usually prepares his meals.
Well, that would be me on weekdays and Mike on weekends.
Mike. Is Mike around too?
No, he works weekends.
I mean, I don't know what day it is. Where is he when he's not here?
Well, the weekend and the weekday staff don't mix much. The butler, she looks after both, but it's we don't mix a lot, so I don't know Mike personally, but I've got the cooking schedule if you want it.
Sure.
Sure. And she goes and she opens a drawer and pulls out like a notebook and flips it open, and like it's a calendar.
Okay.
And every day it has a list of food prepared, who's handed to what, and things like that. You notice pretty quickly that Little Lord Fauntleroy likes pancakes a lot and gets them 7 days a week. Yeah, and you notice that like every time he's Big Lord Fauntleroy, Old Lord Fauntleroy, is feeling better, he gets food. But then the next day he's back to broth. So even if in the morning he's having broth and crackers, if in the afternoon he's feeling better, by the next morning he's back to broth. There's no consistency between what food was last given to him.
So is there like a common person who is usually cooking the day before he starts eating broth again?
Sometimes it's this maid, maid Mandy, and sometimes it's Mike, the male maid. Is there a male? What's the male word for maid? I don't know. We should use
Maid.
non-gender terms anyway. Maid, yeah, maid Mike.
Okay.
So it's pretty inconsistent. He's only, but there's not enough time really to develop better. He's only been sick for so he's been sick for about a month. And he's only been healed 4 times, including you. So it's only 3. So it's twice her and once Mike. And the rest of the time, he's just been sick and eating broth, separate from the rest of the household.
Mandy, has anyone new started working here recently?
Well, we hired some people when, I almost used his nickname. We started hiring some more people when Little Lord Fauntleroy joined us.
What's the nickname?
The Insufferable Brat.
Okay, yeah, that's appropriate. I just wanted to know.
I don't really know what insufferable means, but that's what people call him.
It's appropriate.
Okay.
Okay. So, would you mind telling me who those people are?
Sure. The nanny, the tutor, and the caretaker.
Okay, so no involvement with Lord Fauntleroy.
Well, I mean, he hired them, and they work for him as that. And many of us live here in the estate.
Mm-hmm. Do you?
Yes.
Does Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's weekend staff.
Right.
I think he actually. Sorry, I think I have that wrong. I think he has rooms here in the estate for the weekends, but I think he lives elsewhere. I'm not entirely certain. We don't mix.
Right.
Wait, are you thinking that I might be guilty of this?
I thought I mean, I was asking about just the quality of his food. I'm not accusing anyone of anything.
I make broth really good.
I'm sure you do.
I'll show you how I do it if you want. I've never made a mistake with the broth.
I believe you. I mean, sometimes even when you mean well and the food you're making is good, sometimes people have a bad reaction to what you're making, and that would be no fault of yours whatsoever. I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
Yeah, why don't you roll for this? I feel like her feelings might get hurt.
10.
Yeah. So I think your choice here is either you can push this and get more information from her, offending her, or you can successfully soothe her, but she's going to leave and you're not going to be able to push for further questions.
I'm going to offend her.
Okay.
Yeah.
How could you say this about? This is. I came here to work and I do good work, and this is totally unfair and unfounded. And are you even a doctor?
Nope, I'm not a doctor. That's why I just helped him right just now.
You could just be like a charlatan, like the others. We were told that there were like many charlatan doctors who made him feel better for a little bit, but then he got worse.
Okay, well, if I were a charlatan, why would I? I don't need to prove myself to you.
Maybe you need to find a place to plant something on the estate and get more people in trouble, or poison him further. Maybe you're the one poisoning him. Did you ever think about that? Why should we trust you?
No, I never thought that I could be the one poisoning him. Maybe you're onto something. Let me investigate myself.
What?
Oh, good lord. Would you mind telling me where where people stay usually when they
There's several hallways in the back that have rooms for the servants folk.
Okay.
Whatever. I have to get lunch ready.
Go ahead. Oh, is Tiff still out?
I was just gonna say, no, like the moment I hear that, Vernon's gonna be like, tip, 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 tip.
Yeah. So Tip, looking around, doesn't find any poisoned foods. Nothing is directly poisoned. The crackers aren't poisoned. The broth isn't poisoned. The fruit isn't poisoned, at least so far as you can tell. There's no poison fruit. Let's go check down back in the parlor. So we've got our ill Cam and our puppy.
Boof.
Poof. Yeah, with your moldy cheese.
Pete puffs out. I was gonna say red herring, but that doesn't make sense in this context, I don't think. Yeah, that only makes sense above game. Pete puffs out, just rotten? Question mark.
Just what?
Rotten? Off?
Maybe. Ugh. And I'll just grab the cheese and throw it in my blink pack.
Okay. You have now stolen a bunch of cheese.
It's not stealing yet. It's not stealing until it's off the premises.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it forward and be like, hey, this was bad. And as soon as my sense of smell is somewhat recovered, I will continue sniffing
Okay.
because I have not learned a lesson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you continue sniffing around, and you don't find anything. Nothing stands out to you. The biggest thing that's at risk was the cheese. You haven't gone into the bottles. There's certainly a possibility of poison in the bottles, but
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
Lord Fauntleroy was only getting 6, so I grab a shot glass and start going little bits from each bottle, sniffing them before I do anything that smells a little off or anything like that.
Yeah, why don't we roll for this one for the fun of it? This is silly.
Okay, that's a tough choice again. Let's
Okay.
go.
Oh, great. Yeah. Let's see. Do you want to be drunk and slightly out of control of yourself, or passed out and useless for the next little bit of time?
Like from drinking too much? Because Cam wasn't like taking full shots. He was like taking little nips here and there.
I
And
mean,
sniffing
yeah,
first.
It's good stuff.
there's some powerful booze here.
I'll take the incapacitated because he was just vomiting everywhere. It's fine. He's proving himself? Question mark.
Pete, how are you feeling about this?
I'm just kinda watching it happen for a little bit.
Pete.
Which one
I'm
did you
just gonna
choose?
sit down.
Passing out like incapacitated or
Yeah, he's
stumbling
gonna
drunk?
cork the bottle and slowly put it back and then collapse.
Pete whimpers, and then tries to find somebody else, either
Someone
Pete
useful?
or Ronan, someone helpful, someone to help get you back up. I don't
Yeah,
want to revert yet.
Yeah. So you head back up, and you see. I think as you get back up, pawing at the door, you see Ronan and Tip. Ronan has collected Tip, and Bianca is outside the door, and there's like a very, very angry maid just angrily putting water in a pot to boil for broth.
Pete puffs out. Cam, drunk.
Oh,
Is there one word equivalent to synonym for passed out?
Incapacitated.
That's a long. Is there a shorter one?
Faint.
Down,
Fucked up.
Yeah, Cam,
Out.
drunk, faint, or out. Yeah,
Faint.
those work.
Okay.
out, down.
And then we'll like nod towards the wine cellar. Was it
Oh, yeah, there's
Parlor?
a wine cooler in a pantry.
pantry?
Cold store.
Okay.
Did he at least get through a few bottles?
Oh yeah, you got through that.
Good.
Oh, so they're not poisoned, right? You'd be dead.
Not poisoned yet.
okay.
Should I wake him up or should we let him
Yeah,
sleep?
let's get some of the nasty water and
Is that what
Pour it
running
on.
calls?
yeah,
Is that
let's
just
pour
what
some of
running-
the nasty water on him.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
You guys get some nasty water and you pour it on him, and he like doesn't wake up. He just like like slaps at his face a little bit.
I think he's okay. Is he okay?
Ah,
Can you heal him?
I mean, I could, but for this, it's gonna like I only got
Just laugh it up.
3, so,
Okay, I'm gonna
Fine.
I'll get my cloak and I'll just kind of like make a little pillow for him.
Just find the life and live around the life, guy.
Very convincing. Pete will put him
Fucking
over on his side again so he
star
doesn't choke on his
bullshit.
tongue.
Well, for heal, other members can contribute to the AP cost. If we want to bring him back now, and someone
Okay.
wants to help, then
Yeah, I'm still
I
at 10.
would be totally
Yeah.
wiped out.
Yeah,
How much
I
is it?
haven't.
It costs 2.
Okay, so I'll take one. I'll give you one.
I'll
one as
drop
well.
the other.
No, I think Pete and Ronan got it. It's
Okay.
nicer that way. They're
Okay.
keeping you.
Yeah.
And with that, Cam, you come to a little hungover, but not actually as hungover as you've ever been. You've been more hungover.
God damn it! I've only gone through 1/10 of them. Of the unsealed ones, and he just points over to like a giant table, just long, fucking full of bottles.
Maybe we can pursue other leads so you don't hurt yourself.
No, I think this is a worthy lead.
I won't, I won't stop you, but
I think we might want to talk to the tiger.
all right, you can do that.
Yeah. But I've also got Tip here. Is anyone willing to make sure Tip is okay? Tip, I don't know if you want to be around me when I'm talking to a tiger. Would you feel safe with someone else?
Are you gonna roar?
I'll stop him from
You
roaring. I can
sleepy
keep you in my
earlier.
pocket with a bunch of these stolen crackers if you like.
Can you give the stolen crackers to someone and I could be in their pocket?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Well, it looks like Cam is knocked out.
I'm awake. Thanks.
You're awake.
What about Bianca?
Bianca, can you take care of Tip for me real quick while I talk to the tiger?
Are you gonna put crackers in my pocket?
Can you ask Bianca something for me? Because I can't ask her myself.
Yes. What would you like me to ask?
She has such amazing scents in her hair.
Mhm.
I want to know what they are.
Oh, he says that you have amazing scents in your hair, and he wants to know what they are.
What?
Why your
Oh,
hair
scent,
smells so nice.
scents.
Yeah,
I
why your
thought,
hair smells so nice. Yeah.
Oh, it's just, a little mix of lavender and lemon. So, yeah, it smells nice. And I do little spritz of rose water. So,
So if it's okay, and I'll just hand Tip over with the crackers and be like,
I
"Thanks."
was gonna say no, but I do appreciate the compliment. I don't really feel good about the crackers, but I like take off a glove and like put the crackers in the glove. I'm like, here, a doggy bag. Please don't get them on my clothes.
Oh, perfect. And so you head up to talk to the tiger.
Yes. So I am going to head up to the tiger and I'm going to cast Speak with Animal.
Mm-hmm. Spend those action and/or adventure points.
Yes. Which I think it's 2. I can't see it on my screen.
My book is by my feet and I'm too lazy to bend.
Okay. I will assume it is 2 for right now.
Sounds good.
If it's not, then we'll find out. All right. So, yeah, he's going to sit down with the tiger and form a bond with them. And now it can, the tiger can understand Ronan, and Ronan can understand the tiger.
Are you friends with that satyr?
We don't know her very well.
No. Not her. The male one.
Oh, yes.
He's cool.
He is cool. I like his pipe.
I wouldn't eat your mouse friend.
Oh, Thank you. I just had to be careful because he's been close to other cats that would have done so.
Too small.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Not worth it.
Uh,
Like eating a Tic Tac for you.
I
That it
don't
doesn't
know
fix
what.
your breath.
Oh, gotcha. How long have you been here with them? With these people?
About a year.
Year. Oof. And I don't know if you've noticed the Lord Fauntleroy, the one in charge, the older one. He seems to be sick lately.
It's sad. I
It is
miss him.
sad. Is he nice to you?
He rescued me.
Oh, really? What
Yes.
happened?
There was. It's been explained to me, and I sort of understand it. But there was a jungle that wasn't a jungle. It was like a fake jungle,
Yeah.
and I guess what they do is they, well, they put me in it, and then were hunting me.
Oh no.
Yes, it
That's
was
terrible.
a game to them.
That's horrible. It's odd they would rescue you, but then this little Lord Fauntleroy, the child, seems to be the type that would grow up and do things like that.
He just came here recently. He's new.
Maybe he'll learn. Yeah, he'll learn.
I think
Um,
I don't always understand when Lord Fauntleroy speaks. He has someone that can do like you,
mhm.
that's smart enough to speak Tiger, even though Lord Fauntleroy isn't. But and so they've communicated to me a couple times. But I don't always understand. But I think that Lord Fauntleroy is trying to. I can't really make the human sound,
Mhm.
but I'll try. And he looks at you, and like the tiger mouth sort of opens and scrunches into this weird shape and says, "Save the dickwad."
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good thing for him to be doing.
What was that?
It means to make him kinder, teach him how to be kinder.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Um,
I was
and-
hoping they wanted to feed me.
no, that if they don't teach the boy how to be kind, then he'll grow up and do terrible things. So that's why they brought him here, so he could learn to be nice. But with Lord Fauntleroy sick, have you noticed anything strange happening? It seems like it started with the little boy coming in, is when he started to get sick. Did anything else change other than the little boy arriving?
Lots of things are changing. Things aren't so stable. There haven't been meetings anymore. There used to be lots of them.
Meetings?
Lord Fauntleroy used to host meetings here of other spice-smelling people.
And we call them rich people. And he's sick. Do you know of anything, like any reasons why he might be sick? Do you know any people who might dislike him enough to make him sick?
Well, there's a spice-smelling, rich person who stops by but never speaks to him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do they stop by when he's feeling better or when he's feeling worse?
They stop by every week.
Every week.
But they don't speak to him. They speak to the butler.
And when they speak to the butler, do they give the butler anything?
There's a scent. It's not a bad scent exactly, but it smells off.
Off. And is the butler scared of them? Does the butler seem to like them?
She doesn't growl.
Mm. But do her eyes get wider? Or does she
She
shake?
doesn't have the scent of fear.
Okay.
I don't smell sweat upon her. Sometimes little Lord Fauntleroy sweats when he gets near me. And that's
Oh. Well, it's probably because he's scared, yes. Okay. So they talk to the butler every week.
yes.
And do you know what this person looks like? Like I don't know if tigers can see color. The color of their fur on their head, or the kind of weird cloth that they wear.
Pale white cloth. And long claws on one hand and short on the other. And bald on top, but beard closer to a mane, goes in all directions.
Okay.
And eye coverings, whatever you call those.
Glasses.
Glass.
Like these. He's gonna
Yes.
gesture to his glasses.
Yes, like yours, but wiry, not thick.
Oh.
And
Okay.
smells like spices and cumin and a bit
Spices
of
and
salt. Maybe the ocean.
Okay, like a potion.
No, the ocean.
The ocean. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate. When was the last time he was here? Do you know how many suns ago it was?
You see him thinking and counting. 2 or 3. It wasn't yesterday, because that was a fun day. You see him smile.
How was that a fun day?
Little Lord Fauntleroy tripped and fell, and I growled.
Oh.
It was fun. I took some of his pancakes. They're not that good, but he didn't have them, and he wailed, and it was funny.
Oh no.
So that was a good day. The day before, and the day before that, and the day before that were blurry.
Okay.
They were all the same. So 2 or 3 days ago.
Gotcha.
Do you have?
Sorry?
Do you have not a mouse, but real meat, like antelope or something?
I don't have any way of getting antelope here. So this city doesn't have much for hunting.
Okay.
But I will try my best to make sure that Lord Fauntleroy, the older one, is healthy and safe.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for talking to me. It was very enlightening. You were very helpful. And if I do run across any antelope, I will send it to you right away.
And thank Pete for not scratching me.
I would not scratch you without your permission.
Oh, I'm saying your friend, the satyr. Thank him.
Oh, I will thank him.
It was very respectful.
He is. He is very respectful to animals. I will let him know. So he's going to thank the tiger one more time, and then go, oh, I forgot, I didn't ask for your name. My name is Ronan.
My name is Mr. Tibbles.
Mr. Tibbles. Thank you, Mr. Tibbles. Okay, and he's going to go and tell everyone what he just heard.
Everyone is there. You hear this.
Upon hearing the description, does that sound like the King of Thieves?
It does not.
Okay.
It does sound like someone that is famous, though. It sounds like Dr. Moops.
That's my other thought. Also, hearing the substance described as off, I would request that Ronan accompany back to Mr. Tibbles to show him the cheese and see if that is the smell.
Okay. Is that the smell? Don't eat this.
No, different, but smells like the thing that they bring the master every week. Sort of. Half of it, maybe.
The thing they bring the master, like the broth, like the bowls.
Yes, although sometimes they put it in other things. It is not always broth.
Thank you. Okay, I'll tell him that too. Butler's in on it.
Cam's immediate reaction is to go to scratch, but then, given his time with Pete and Ronan, he stops short and gives a look of like, "May I?" to Mr.
He
Tibbles.
He wants to know if he can scratch your ears.
Only if he lets Pete do it first.
Only if you let Pete scratch his ears first.
Thumbs up. Motions towards Pete.
Pete reverts to Seder, and then immediately transforms to a orange tabby Maine Coon, so like tabby coloration, but huge and fluffy also, and then does like the headbutt thing into Mr. Tibbles, and then curls up at his paws rather than just scratching him.
Yeah.
Like hang out as a
Yeah. And like I think Mr. Tibbles just like protectively puts like a claw around you, like
That's
no
what's
one
up.
can hear my Maine Coon.
I'm here for this.
It's now like super fluffy, flufftastic, fluff down. And then like a king sitting up, just like looks at Cam and nods and says to Ronan, "He may now scratch my ears."
Sure.
Cam gives a few quick scritches and
And
respectful
you don't know
number.
this. Yeah, you don't know this at all, and you can't feel it at all. But our Maine Coon Pete feels as Mr. Tibbles purrs, and it vibrates deeply inside of them.
Oh yeah.
Cam thanks him.
Nods. And lies its head
Right.
back down. Still protectively holding its Maine Coon to it. Right now, it's Teddy Bear.
So, my friends, should we go inform the Lord Fauntleroy Senior of what we have learned?
I suppose so. I'll take back Tip and the crackers.
You take a tip from the cactus.
My glove is full of crumbs now.
It's okay. I'll flip it inside out and I'll just put the crumbs in my pocket.
It's the pocket you don't use because you just reach in your hand, comes out half Cheeto.
I've
It is
never
what it
had
is.
this experience.
Remember when I said I was a goblin earlier?
Not even a little bit. Not even once. Certainly not during quarantine. Okay. So then
I'm not saying it from personal experience. I'm just stating a fact that some of you might understand.
Maybe some people sometimes.
It happens. It occurs.
So what's the plan?
I think we return to Lord Fauntleroy Senior, close the room and like kind of lock it off so no one else can get in, and inform him of some of what we've just learned.
So you head upstairs, and the door to Lord Fauntleroy's room is closed, and you hear elevated voices coming from inside.
I will listen for a few seconds.
Yeah. The voices are loud enough that you can hear. I don't think there's a roll here. So Lord Fauntleroy just is saying, I have decided to trust them. They seem like honorable folk. And you hear the butler reply, but how can you trust them, sir? They show up here out of nowhere. They cure you just like the last ones. This could be just another scam, and it could be even worse than a scam. I wouldn't trust anything they say, and I would throw them off the state right now. And the fight keeps going, although, the idea is the same.
I look to Ronan.
Yep.
After you.
All right. I'll open the door.
I have a quick question. Pete, are you still downstairs with Mr. Tibbles?
Yeah, I'm asleep downstairs. We're tandem napping.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. So you open the door, and the butler looks at you all and says, well, what are you doing here? Lord Fauntleroy needs his rest.
So
are you
arguments
here?
and yelling at one another is rest?
Lord Fugue, certainly you know that it is inappropriate for you to speak about about certain happenings in a house.
Regardless, we were here to deliver a report to Lord Fauntleroy himself, and only Lord Fauntleroy.
Well, I think that he needs his rest, so I'm going to escort you out of the room now, and we're going
Lord
to...
Fauntleroy?
I would prefer them to speak, Dolores.
Oh, her last name's Umbridge, I bet.
Please keep your conversation as brief as you can. He needs his rest.
We will do our best. Now, I do believe I see young Lord Fauntleroy over in the fountain again. You may want to get there.
She looks toward Lord Fauntleroy and he says, Dolores, I will be fine. I appreciate your concern for my well-being, but I promise you, all will be well. She nods and curtsies and turns and walks out in a huff.
As soon as she's down the stairs, I motion for everyone to come in, close the doors, close the windows. Ronan, if you would.
Right. So hi, I'm Ronan. I can talk to animals. Like, you have a friend here, a person working for you who can also talk to animals.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, and I talked to Mr. Tibbles, which, by the way, thank you for rescuing him. That was very good of you to do.
Oh, those idiots were going to harm a majestic and beautiful creature. It's honestly horrible. The whole experience was so traumatic that it convinced me to change my life. I've become a vegetarian, although I don't expect my staff to keep that, nor do I expect the tiger.
No, and he seems happier here.
Good.
And
I'm
he
glad.
really likes you.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I do try to tell him how wonderful he is and how glorious he is. I know that my grandchild has been a bit of a trying experience on the whole house, and I myself have been relatively unable to step in and help as I should. His parents spoiled him rotten. It's a real problem.
Well, he's young enough, but I heard some things from Mr. Tibbles that is very distressing. So I will explain what Mr. Tibbles has said. And the smell of something being off, and how this seems to correlate with the times that he was getting sicker. And you can a person can lie, but animals have no reason to.
I'm sorry, are you trying to inform me that my butler, Dolores, is poisoning me?
She could be blackmailed into it. She could be told by this person that it is a good thing that will help you, and that she's putting this thing in there because it will help you. But regardless, she has been in contact with the person who has the smell of something that is off around the time that you were getting sick. So even if it's unintentional, she has seen this person.
Roll a d20.
Okay. That's a 4, friends.
Eef.
So that's a failure. That doesn't mean the scene's over in any way, shape, or form. But what it does mean is you get a rant right now. I can't possibly believe that Dolores would do something like that. She has been with me for 43 years now, and there's no one I have come to rely on more. And blah 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 blah. There's nothing you can do to change his mind right now, but either Bianca or Cam could potentially step in and help.
Lord Fauntleroy, if I may, and I'm going to drop the accent and the entire persona right then. I sit down in front of him. I am not Lord Fuke or whatever. I apologize for deceiving you. I am a spy master, and I pull out the proper documentations from the Empire, for the peasant. I pull out everything and I just show it to him. Very upfront, very honest. And when I first asked Dolores about, seeing the food stores, checking the supplies, she gave me a look that I could only describe as very well masked guilt and pointedly attempting to mislead me. And in my line of work, that is something you very quickly view and can see. And I did find some old moldy cheese that knocked me on my ass for a little bit. But
Was it cheese or alcohol? I can still smell your breath.
Yeah, there was a lot, and I was testing. Not a lot, but there was a lot of individual ones. I apologize. No mess was made. Promise that much. I will pull up. No, there was no mess made. He was very careful to cork everything before falling the fuck out.
You said you vomited everywhere. I want to point that out.
Only from the cheese. That's a different thing.
Okay, fair enough.
And he will pull out the cheese and like push it away from both of them, and like waft it towards them so he can get a whiff. Precisely. Throw that back in the bag.
Why don't you roll?
Do. Success.
You have to understand. There has to be some reason. She would never just do this.
Of course. Absolutely. And I 100% agree with you. And she seems very defensive, is my issue with this.
She certainly doesn't like you very much.
Yeah. I have a feeling she might be one of us. But the item we wish, I pull at the auction and I explain to him what it is in detail and who Mr. Tibbles ascribed to us, who I believe them to be, being the general.
Unfortunately makes sense. I have been pushing for reforms, changes to the way that things are done here. Too many nobles have too many rights, and the guards are corrupt beyond belief. And King
It's absolutely
all without any knowledge of anything. I am a believer that General Proctor and Dr. Moops are not just bad leaders, but corrupt and vile individuals who are causing more harm than they could ever possibly cause good. And it is necessary that this whole place, everything that we have here, everything that we know, everything that we value, we must find a way to lead ourselves.
And I agree with that. And I will pull out the brooch that I took from Rispa's house, as well as the letter that I have a copy of and all the ledgers. And I'll show those to him as well, showing him that we are actively working against this corruption. And that we have rooted out several key individuals of corruption already.
The rebels.
Yes, to say the least. And this item. Sorry, what?
You work for Kitiara.
Yes, we do.
I must admit
I knew not where your allegiances lied.
Speak again. Sorry, I missed.
I knew not where your allegiances lied, so I took the precautions necessary.
Of course, I
To protect
understand.
myself and my organization. I do apologize profusely for the deceit. But I was the only one to deceive you.
How I feel about the rebellion.
Entirely understandable. This item we wish to acquire, the star, we wish to lock up, leave far away from any mortal hands once it's acquired.
Well, we certainly can't let Dr. Moops have it. Can you roll a d20 for me?
Yes. Hard choice.
And I will certainly aid you in recovering this star. But either we find a way to destroy it, or I am going to keep it myself in a protective place so that no one uses it. The rebellion is not innocent of blood in this bloodshed.
And I agree with this. I believe you to be an honorable man. I trust you to hold your word better than half the rebellion. So that is something I believe we can agree with.
If you are not Lord Fuke, what is your name as given? Or the one that you are using now?
My name is given as Cameron. Camarif Delfern.
Well, he holds out his hand to offer it to you, to shake.
I shake it.
Cameron, I believe we have an agreement. And Cam, it crosses your mind that, like, it's really frigging weird and rare for a noble to do something, to, like, shake someone's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like an equal, right? You basically only clasp hands with people who are of the same sort of.
I think the moment dawns on Cam, but he doesn't let it show. Because, of course, he doesn't let it show.
Yeah.
But he definitely understands the... What's the word? Gravity.
Excellent. And I think that's where we will end today's episode. We'll start up next time, just prior to the auction. I think we'll have a time skip of about a week. So everyone take an ability that you are interested in. If anyone wants to look at the legendary abilities and think about them as well, that's fine. Ever take 5 AP automatically by default. I want to at least, not all the legendary abilities make sense, but if you want to take a look at one of them and consider it, let me know. We can talk about it. I'm totally down. So we'll say 5 AP by default, but I want to give out some extra rewards because I forgot to give out rewards during the show for a moment that made me happy. And there were a lot of them. For, let's see, part 1, for disabling a mousetrap for your friend, I'm going to give you 1 AP for that. For ignoring the glass and being taciturn in the funniest way possible, I'm going to give Pete an award for that. And also, Pete, I'm going to give you a second one for encouraging our little boy to fertilize the garden, as it were.
That was a reward all the time.
Biodiversity. I 100% approve of that. For an excellent portrayal of a crazy noble being... I don't even know what to say. So many different clever levels of noble impersonation. Why don't you take a point for that, Cam? Cam. And also, why don't we give you another point for making a deal with a noble? Creating the first bridge to a different group of people. Whether we want them or not is a different question, but at least for now, a different group of people. And Bianca, I would love for just like the hilarious role playing of like, I guess I'll take the mouse and holding up the glove and putting the crackers in the glove. I would like to give you a point for that as well. I think that's absolutely good and wonderful. And for our whole Mr. Tibble's scratch conversation, I want to give everyone involved in that another point as well.
So that
And
would be everyone.
I think that was everyone. Everyone was involved in that at some point, so we'll give everyone a point for that. And then Bianca for being willing to heal Lord Fauntleroy, and then being willing to heal even though it was at the edge of your rope, being able to heal your friend as well from drunkenness. I'm going to give you a point each for those as well.
That will not be forgotten.
Yeah.
You came for me in my finest, lowest hour.
More or less, whenever you guys find a way to help each other out, I feel like that's
Yeah.
good. Oh, Cam, sorry, I also wanted to give you a point for the soothing lavender potions that you bought from Bianca that you then used to help Bianca do her thing. I think that's great too.
I definitely remember mentioning buying those very early on.
Yeah, I think like literally our first scene with the two of you when you were debating whether
Yeah.
you were
Recruitment, right?
rebellion or not.
Yeah.
I do believe I did. I do believe I did.
Well, that's great. Good stuff, everyone. And yeah, lots of fun. And we'll have one more episode next week. We've got to have the auction. I mistitled this episode. We should definitely retitle it when we copy it down to something else because I thought this might lead to the auction, but actually this was the house investigation or whatever. But we'll retitle it when we upload to YouTube, and next week will be the auction. And we'll make things happen as best we can. Any further thoughts about the system? Anyone having more detailed thoughts? I mean, we'll do a full breakdown next time, but any further thoughts that they want to jump in on? I'll just do a full round robin. Ash.
So far, no additional thoughts. I still very much so love this.
Mhm.
The system is very well designed, even with how fast and loose it is.
Mhm.
I still feel certain elements are a little bit unclear, but I can't recall exactly which ones.
Okay.
Particularly the tough choice moments, because there's a lot of moments where it's like the tough choice is meaningless either way. In
I
a way.
agree.
So that's one of those things where there probably could be a bit more guidance on.
Mhm.
But other than that, I'm not seeing much else.
Okay. Faye.
I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun. I think it's again something that's really good for like a simple RPG for people who are just getting started.
Definitely.
I particularly like how streamlined the leveling system is. So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. Nia.
I mean, I don't really have much to add, but Friday night Nia, who is very tired by this point in the week, does appreciate that I don't have trouble with there's a bunch of rules to keep up with or having to scroll through a rule book is helpful.
Well, there you go.
It's really nice.
Makes sense. And Marcus.
Yeah, Faye touched on this, but the character progression is really fun to me because some RPGs, fantasy RPGs, won't name any, but it can be kind of slow. It can be a slog, and some have improved on that. And I think this is like a vast improvement on those, in that it's one skill or ability, whatever it is, every session, and then also you can branch out. Like you can really diversify what your build is, just by going into the different trees in your role.
Yeah, I have to admit, I think that like from a character perspective, this game is just really
open.
It feels fun. Just like from this side of the table, it seems like you guys are like digging, checking out different abilities and trying them out and seeing how they feel. And I love that. Right? I kind of like even the abilities that you guys have regretted, I think, to some extent, and that we've had fun ways around that. Like Bianca, I can't help but think of getting our guard addicted, and like you deciding I don't really like this, and then you were able to cure him. That's wonderful. And like I think that's kind of cool that you came to that. I don't know, but yeah. It's definitely I think really really fun for the players. So that's good.
There's no consequence to dipping, because sometimes you can lose a lot from in other RPGs. You can lose a lot from dipping.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's even a variant of this. I mean, it'd be fun to try at some point, although not at this point.
no.
But there's a variant of this game that they even recommend. Oh my God, look at that cat, Mr. Bean, Dr. Bean. Okay, sorry. And there's a variant of this where they recommend you could just not have the classes at all. You can just grab skills from any tree, anytime,
Yeah.
anywhere you want.
That's awesome.
Which I think is kind of cool too. I think, like, again, that's very thoughtful to players, and cool. I dig it.
I think that would be a really fun one to do
I agree.
because that would allow some really creative builds.
I
but-
agree.
I'd like to point out Cam's got a fucking gun now.
Is that the?
The death hand. He's got a fucking gun.
Oh,
Fair
that's such a
enough.
cool name for it.
We will,
Right?
we will see what happens with that.
Oh, he's gonna shoot someone 100%.
Well, good.
That's how
We've
those
got some
work.
next week. And that is, I think, everything for us, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you're having a good show, good life, and good stuff. We've got shows on this channel every Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Come check them out. We have a lot of fun with them. And I'll never be afraid of the question, which one do I roll?
Woo! Bye, everybody.
Call your cat, feed your mom.